Hello, water signs. Welcome to Reflexive Moon Tarot. I'm Sarah, and I will be doing a love day reading for you. So let's get into this. First of all, I'd like to start off with acknowledging that YouTube is currently situated on the unceded territories of the Ramaytush Ohlone peoples, and I think that land acknowledgements are really important when considering love for the original people of the land that we occupy. So with that, we'll get into some oracles for you fabulous water signs. This is the guide to, this is Love Oracles from the Stars. And we'll be using that for folks who are currently in relationships. And then we will move on to some goddess channeling energy with the Hip Hop Queens deck, and then we'll clarify with tarot. So we'll use the Next World Tarot, and then we will also use the Garden of Lucid Daydreams because we can't leave out a Deviant Moon deck, and we'll finish off with divine messages, divine love messages from Spirit. So let's start off with this one here. And this is for water signs. So if your water sign is Cancer, Pisces, Cancer's, Pisces, and oh my gosh, Scorpio. Let's see here. I know so many Scorpios, it's funny that I would forget that one. All right. So, oh my gosh. So I do believe that the fire signs got this card as well. So Gala Dali, who was a muse to her husband and, was a fabulous queen, successful in the art of polyandry on some level, and, was a true muse to very famous artists out there. So her message is that everything in love is invention, so create, soar over the ordinary. It is by being the shadow that emits the most light. So really being like, the method behind the madness, right? What do they say? Behind every good man is a good woman. It's very like a binary type of statement. But really though, power couples are a thing, and so many people are successful because of their fabulous supportive partner. And be immortal rather than available. That's interesting. Not really sure what that means, but there it is. Maybe you have some takeaway from that. So we'll leave that here. And we'll pull from the Hip Hop Queens deck some goddess energy. Ooh, Lado, Instinct. So what does this fabulous queen have to say? Not gonna lie, not too familiar with their music. So you may be used to consulting your group of friends or a trusted parent, confidant, or romantic partner about the ongoing events of your life. But right now, external input is affecting your course of action. So this, just maybe you need to stick to your guns and not really talk about everything that you're doing. Be like Lado and follow your own lead when it comes to important decisions regarding your path. While counsel feels helpful, it can sometimes do more harm than good, which is so true, especially if your advisors are putting their best interests first and not yours. Some people just have an agenda on what they think you should be doing, and that may be something that you need to steer away from, water signs. There is no greater voice in your head than your own, and it's okay to own that. Sometimes you can win with the lotto without even buying a ticket. All right. But yes, it's so important. I know that I believe it was the fire signs were guided towards seeking advice, but I feel here this is a little bit of the opposite with you water signs. And maybe you just need to really get grounded in not seeking the validation of others, because you may have a hard time emotionally with making decisions. It's very easy to be indecisive when you're ruled by the emotional realm. That is for sure. All right, so we have, fiery Aries ruled Judgment. So coming to an awakening, to a new understanding, which makes sense. Makes sense that you're coming to this new understanding that seeking validation from others is sometimes going to lead you in the wrong way, or completely hinder your capacity for making decisions for yourself, because you may have thought something was a good idea, and it is a good idea, and then you may have disclosed this idea to somebody or asked them for validation to see what they think, and then you just sort of squash it, and then it turns into a missed opportunity because it kills your vibe. So, an awakening, receiving the message, knowing that the message is for you on what you need to do, and, the purpose that you need to cultivate for yourself are yours alone. And just really having that strong drive, that strong fiery energy to actualize your goals without the interference of others is really important. And yeah, lighting the fire underneath your ass, and, being comfortable with, like the lioness, is comfortable with whatever she sets on fire. She's comfortable with the notion that, her poop stinks. Everybody's poop stinks, and it is what it is, right? So this person is good. You need to be good with you. And that's the most important thing right now, that these cards, that's the most important message that these cards are relaying. It's like that shadow work. Like, this lioness has done her shadow work. Like, she's, burned the house down a few times. But at the same time, she knows that she's still fabulous, and there are still greener pastures for her to look forward to. And she's well on her way there. So let's see what divine love messages from Source with the Lover's Oracle deck. Ooh, give thanks. Give thanks for the blessings of love soon to come your way. Know that you deserve to be and have all that your heart truly desires. Wow. There's like this really great song by India.Arie called Give Thanks. It's a really beautiful song. Maybe you should look that up. India.Arie, Give Thanks. And it's a truly beautiful song. So let's move into some tarot. Do a love reading for my fabulous water signs. Thank you for all your support with, watching the videos. And if this resonates, or even if it doesn't, please do hit that like and subscribe. Digital currency is also real. Whoops, oh my gosh. We are wanting to ground this deck a little bit. We've been using it with all the other signs, so let's mix it up a little bit. And do a grounding type of shuffle. Usually I take more time with this type of shuffle, but we'll try to make it as quick as possible. But that's what the cards are asking. Seem to want me to do right now. There we go. Okay. Right, so the world wants to come through. Your world is a little bit upside down right now. and you've just been really trying to defend all of your creative projects on some level. Or actually, no, my bad. You're actually not really in a position where you have to defend yourself. So there is no need really to seek this validation. So you're good. But you do feel like your world is upside down on some level. Maybe you need to get grounded. Get grounded a little bit more, and maybe also defend yourself on some level. Like maybe you need to get a little bit defensive. You need to bring in some defensive tactics to weed out competition, perhaps, to sort of weed out any places where your energy might be falling through the cracks, where you're wasting your energy on some level. So I really think that that's important with this 9, because you have a lot going on, and your world may feel quite topsy-turvy at times. And, you know, it's maybe difficult for you to transform. You may be experiencing some type of emotional blockages, or your mind is very taxed with all your responsibilities. And you could feel like, you know, there's a lot of conflict, but too much sometimes can really make it difficult to refine and get yourself in the right direction and get the stuff done. Everything that you are responsible for in your world. And maybe you're feeling like you are unlucky on some level as well, water signs. Or this could also be you taking your luck for granted. So be very mindful of that. Remember, your shit stinks, just like everybody else's. And then we have the 10 of... Okay, so going from reversed 9 to reversed 10. It's going to be difficult for you to let go of a few things. Or, you know, you could be just in a good way, like very balanced with all the things that you are juggling. It can go both ways. In terms of relationships, you know, you've achieved your goals perhaps, and there isn't really anything that you need to let go of. You may not feel overburdened by all that you have achieved. Like you've been able to smartly get your way through to the top in order to satisfy your emotional needs and desires. And yeah, the star, like here, there's a balance, there's a great balance of give and take that you have been able to manifest and foster in your life. You recognize that you have that it factor and that you're good to go. And you're able to also still stay hopeful that things will remain the same way. Things will remain good. In your past, though, you know, this sort of, I don't know, there's something that sort of needs to end, like whatever you've been trapped with, your anxiety, you could, like, I feel like, so when the 10 of Swords is reversed, you're still not quite out of the water with your issues with anxiety, whatever's giving you nightmares, whatever insecurities you definitely allow to rule your life. That's something that you've really been struggling to overcome in the past. So your insecurities are what are sort of like behind you in the most recent past. And not dealing with them is something that you're hopefully moving away from. We'll see what the near future has to say. But these types of insecurities have to do with not so much feeling trapped, but just really insecure at the core. Like things that are superficial that cause anxiety. The lack of spirituality is usually at the cause, at the core of that type of mental anguish. And then, you're going to be faced with it. You're going to be faced with your insecurities, faced with what gives you nightmares. It really is it's kind of like it's something like a fear of aging. It's that type of energy that this comes from. So even though you know that you're the shit on some level, that you have high hopes for the future, that you've got everything sort of under control, even though there is a huge element of unknown in your life, like the cycles are never predictable, may never be predictable for you on some level. There's still something that you're going to end up having to face. You're going to end up having to face your fears. It is what it is kind of situation. And that's okay. That is okay. So let's see what this love journey, or it sounds like a journey of self-love. There's a lot of that energy, with the exception of the air signs was more about breakup, but this seems to point in the direction of self-love as well. Page of Candles. So yes, learning how to grow. Your attitude is about experimentation right now. And interestingly, you may find that what you're into is completely different than what it is you are experiencing at this time. This is coming to terms with, aspects of yourself that you were unaware of. And that, this, it's so weird. Like, it's not weird. It's just, it's a lot. Like, on one hand, you have this, it's like you're afraid of not learning everything that there is to learn before you get too old to do it. Which is like a very ageist type of thinking. Like, it's very restricted. And then you may end up missing opportunities because your goals are just too, like when you think about the tortoise and the hare, like you need to look good. You need to look like you've done it all, like you've lived it all. And that, you're young at heart and you've maintained a certain look about yourself. But on the other hand, like, all this go, 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 you end up losing the race compared to someone who's taken the time to really focus on quality versus quantity. Which is interesting. So your attitude is, you got some stuff to learn. Like, you're in a period of growth. And within your environment, there is a very loving, emotionally secure person that is there for you. And maybe people see you as that person. They could see you as, the one that really is amazing for validating their emotional experience as well. But within your environment, it looks like, you have achieved this sort of emotional capacity to take care of everyone. Or there's somebody in your life that is also like that is actually that person. Or people see you as needing that person. Maybe folks see you as in need of, an emotional king in your life. And it doesn't matter. It's not gender specific. So with the 6 of Wands, you really your hope lies within your reputation. And, victory is at the core of your hopes. And I guess that would also be that, having a terrible reputation, being afraid of what other people think of you, that is at the core of your fears. So, you want to be revolutionary in the matters of the heart on one hand. You want to like really emotionally rule your heart on some level. This is a really interesting read. It's like kind of all over the place. And then we have the Hanged One. There is a new perspective that you're going to really struggle to incorporate in your life. There's a new outlook on life that you may miss on some level. It's going to be difficult for you to see things differently. With maybe you're challenged with narcissistic tendencies. Really seeing what true connections are. Or maybe you sort of have this outlook on life, like where you really are like a tough shell to crack. Like you could be, with that Cancer energy with this king here. You really have a soft interior, but your exterior, it's really hard to break through. You've put up walls because of anxiety that you experience. Despite knowing that you have that it factor. And you may even, may even be the type of person that puts yourself out there. Like you just really advertise yourself on a lot of levels. That's, something that fulfills you internally. But whatever it is that you're doing is not really conducive with social norms. Or it's just not sustainable as well. I'm thinking sustainability with this World card in reversed. So your outlook on life is not sustainable at this time. But enjoy exploring, and hopefully through this exploration period you really come to terms with your anxiety and get grounded in yourself. There's a lack of air energy in this, of earth energy in this spread. So lots of fire and air, but nothing, like no solid ground to put it on. So getting grounded, this awakening of getting grounded, not looking to others for validation, and being grateful, counting your blessings. So with that, water signs, thank you so much for checking out my channel, and I really hope this reading resonates with you. Please do look forward to the full moon readings that will be happening. I'm not sure off the top of my head when, but also catch me on Twitch. I'm there every weekend, and I might actually be there tonight as well to do some love reads. So check it out. So if I do see you, hi again, and take care for now. Bye, water signs.